What up, guys? You're welcome back to another episode of our 1 million funded challenge. So in this video, I'll be breaking down the trades we took this week and the growth we've made so far in all our accounts. So as regards the challenge that we're currently taking. All right. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the trade breakdown. Showing you guys what we did this week. So starting the week, look at this trend line break, trend line resistance. So I've been looking this since the last week, the previous week, and this was where we finally broke out. All right, this occurred the previous week and we've retested already. So after the testing here, this was where Monday price action started. So and this was where I got my first entry. So for this week, I was trading 250k account and 125k account. The 25k account was the account we withdrew from the previous week, so it has been resetted. It has been reset and we have a new trading cycle. Then on the 50k account, one is our phase 1 and the other is our phase 2. All right, so this first trade was taken on 3 accounts, and on the 50k I took this trade, and that same day during the New York section I skid in here. This was where I skid in, putting my stops below. As you can see, price almost got me stopped out. All right, almost stopped us out here before moving up. And again, I took another trade at this level. My entry was here and my stop loss was here, and it was actually very crazy. We did a lot of crazy stuff this week. I'm going to say everything in this video. It's actually very funny, but it happened. Now this is what happened. We were supposed to take 3 trades, but we ended up taking more than 3. I'm going to add this because I was not supposed to take this trade, and they ended up putting my account in some drawdown. All right, so we started here. So for this particular trade, I calculated my risk because I was risking 2% on the evaluation of our account. I was risking 2% on the evaluations, the phase 1 and the phase 2 accounts of the 50k accounts, and on the 25k accounts I was over leveraging. And I've always said this thing that I don't know, when I make a withdrawal, I always have my mindset seated on the next day for the payout, which actually makes me start trading impulsively, wanting to make money before the next payout comes. So the next payout for that 25k was supposed to be next week, and I was like, I needed to make money before the payout, and that was actually what led to this over leveraging. Now I entered with 1 lot size, which I didn't even calculate the risk. If I should put the stop here on that 1 lot size, that should be about 5k loss. My account wouldn't even hold that. My max daily drawdown is even more than that, and that's a lot, because when price got here, I was reading about 15% on the 25k. So I quickly moved my stops to break even. And that's one thing about leveraging, because you're very nervous, you're not calm about your trades. You watch every tick of the candle, because you know that if it goes bad, it's gonna tear up the account. So that was exactly how I was feeling on this particular trade. I didn't feel okay, and that on calmness, so I don't know what to call it, actually made me started making some crazy decisions. Look at here, I set my break even, and I wasn't even supposed to set break even, all right, on this particular trade, because price might still come back. Since this low could not give us a new high, so it means price is coming back to take out this low as liquidity. All right, this is some kind of engineering liquidity to actually buy from this zone. But because I was so scared of actually buying, I couldn't stand price going back to this one, because that would be a very huge loss. So I actually I was very quick to set my break even, and when price reversed, I was stopped at that break even, so I couldn't enter again. Now I was so skeptical because I called the price here. This was during the Asian session the next day, that was on Tuesday. So you can see this impulsive move. It was as if price was going to start dropping from this resistance, because this is actually a key level, and price has been resisting from this key level. So I was thinking we're going to drop to take out this low. So it's all probability, and you don't know what's going to happen next. So that was actually my thought, and I had to close this particular position that I scaled in. I had to close it at a loss, and these ones were stopped at a break even. So that was how I missed out on this move. So Tuesday came and price started moving up. All right, now price got to this level, and I was like, okay, we've tested this particular resistance several times, and I think it's time market breaks it. So that was just my bias on this particular. So I entered off here when price got to this level, and this was the last pullback here. So although this was on the lower time frame, so that was the last pullback, and that was how I entered. And this was on the 25k account. Now I didn't take this particular one on the 50k account. That was on the 25k. So, and at the same time, same thing happened again. I was over leveraging. I didn't calculate my risk. I entered with the same one lot size, and when price started reversing, it was as if it was already in a huge loss because I didn't want to hit my daily drawdown, so I don't breach account. I have to like panically close as around here, and look at what price it sniped my stops when I closed and started moving up. So if I had, calculated my risk, maybe I would have still been in this trade, but I got stopped out before the remove even started. So that was actually messed up. So Wednesday came, I didn't trade on Wednesday. This was Thursday morning during the New York session. On Thursday, I got this particular trade. So I still took this one on the 50K account. I'm going to put the PNL as I'm on this video so you guys see. All right, look at what happened. Price, this was a key level. Price has broken out. So I was expecting price to retest this key level and keep moving up. But guess we don't do that. Price has to come down to take out this low as liquidity before started moving up. So that was it. This was the second loss after this one I took. Apart from this loss here, this was break even, this was loss because I had to close at loss. I didn't even allow it to get to stop loss. I have to like panically close, and that's what over leveraging causes. So I took this one, this loss, I took this loss as well. Then this was the one I got on Friday. So this was already, market has already broken out. This is a trend line. Market has broken out, taking our liquidity at this low. So this is a key level. I just have to enter, and this was the pullback that actually broke this key level, so I have to put my stops at the pullback. Currently we're running, so I'm still holding this trade over the weekend. I'm going to put the PNL on this video so you guys see. All right, that's all for gold. I think I took how many trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Then another pair I traded this week was EJ. That's Euro JPY. Now this is the crazy thing. All right, I've been looking at this pair because it was forming a wedge. All right, now look at what I looked at for. This was price sweeping liquidity and we broke structure here. I already know that this is a swing low, and if we change character here, this is going to give us this swing high, and that is definitely going to pull back price to discount. All right, now we changed character here. This was where we changed character, so I was expecting price to pull back to discount. So if you use the flip tool to mark, you're going to see that this was discount, and looking at POIs at the discount, this is a POI and we have this extreme one. So I was just looking at what price will do before I start engaging. Price pulled back to this POI. You can see that little bit of reaction, but it came back to like sweeping. Right now we had this impulsive move that actually looks like a change of character, which means market has switched from bearish here. Look at that. This is a wedge, all right, a falling wedge. Look at the breakouts, and this is a proper retest. So which I think a lot of persons bought from here. I was seeing it on Twitter, people were posting, a lot of people bought from here. Now there's one thing, there was no proper inducement for this particular extreme zone. Forget about all these things, they are not proper pullback. This was supposed to be an inducement, but this is very far from the POI. Inducements are usually very close like this, all right, to the POI. So I didn't see something like this, so that was why I kind of relaxed. I wanted price to do its thing, and exactly that was what price did. Everybody that bought from here, you can see their buying activity. Their stops will be below this low, and what happened after market moved for a little bit, it came back to take everybody out, triggering this extreme zone. So this was exactly where I got in. All right, I got in at this exact place, putting my stops below, and I was watching price. We ran few pips in profit. This was where we actually entered. This was on Friday. All right, so this is a key level. Once price broke this key level, I scaled in another position. That was the mistake I made, and this was the fastest loss I had for the week. I scaled in at this particular position. All right, I don't know, we're having network issue right now, so but I scaled in here. This is not working. Okay, so while I scaled in here, let me show you guys, putting my stops here. So this was already a break even. That was why I scaled in the second position. This is even didn't last for minutes. During the New York Open, price kind of went straight to the downside, taking us out here and taking us out as well here on break even. But I made a very huge mistake because this break even that I set on this, like I told you guys, I was trading it 250K account. I only set break even on one of the 50K. The other I didn't remember. I thought I set in the two. So price went back. It was during this push down that I remember that one of the accounts I didn't set break even. Then I went to the account and I remember that I didn't set break even because it was already in a loss. I was trying to close it, and at the end of the day, it closed at a very, very huge loss. So that was it. Took some unnecessary losses this week because of mistake, not being careless, over leveraging, and all of that. I did a lot of things today and during in this week, and that has been one of my biggest struggles in this trading, impulsive trading. I still do it and I'm still working on it. I hope I get better. Discipline, being disciplined to actually keep to that risk no matter the loss size, because sometimes when I calculate these losses I feel like they are small or something. I don't know, maybe it's the account size, and I always want to use 1, 0.5, 2 loss size, that kind of thing. So it always go bad. Though when it goes like I've used it a few times where it favored and I was able to, bring out something big. But how sustainable is that? That's the thing. That's the problem. It's not sustainable. When it goes bad, you tend to like lose your account. That's the advantage, all right, of not being disciplined and just risking inconsistently. So that's all I'm saying. And that has actually put our account in a very huge drawdown. This was let me go back to our account and show you guys the 50k and the 25k that we traded. We're having network issue. I don't know why this is not loading, but this is one of the 50k phase 2, and on this particular account we are on almost 6% drawdown. Now the second account is this and we are on how many percent drawdown? We're on almost 9% drawdown. We have about less than 2% on that account to lose it. And this on the 25k that we drew from last week, and this week we've just accrued over 8% drawdown. I think 7.55. We're having a very terrible network, so this should load. All right, this is 7.55%, and that is it. All right, the payout was supposed to be eligible on June 3rd, so I guess it is what it is. So that is it for this video, and that's all I have to say. Same thing again, I'm going to get back to drawing board again and start. I know what I'm doing wrong. All right, the impulsive trading and not being disciplined, that's the only problem. Because if I had followed my risking consistently the same amount, even the 2% that I said I risk, I'm not consistent. Sometimes I over leverage. I don't know. So I don't think I will be having these bad weeks when it's not supposed to be. This is not even a losing streak now, because I'm getting good trade, but because of the over leveraging, I get stopped out before the remove starts. I don't know. This was what I was doing back in the days. I actually broke free, started something. I decided to be disciplined. I'll just say that I forgot what got me here, and I'm like starting to drift back to those old ways, and it's really affecting me. So truly, there's no way that you can actually run away from this. All right, so being professional at something means there's some certain things that you just have to like adhere to, some strict rules that you just have to adhere to no matter what. And that is just what I've been struggling with. So I guess that is it. Those accounts, I don't know, maybe next week we might recover them. We might as well lose everything. So I'm kind of ready. I don't know, if we lose it, there's nothing. Like, it's not like I'm going to quit. I'm still going to try and purchase new ones and start again. All right, because it's something I believe in. It's something I love doing. I love doing this stuff. I love doing this particular job. It's something that like I've made money from it. It's not something like I'll start saying it has actually taken more. Trading has actually given me more than I've put in. So why? And I'm just starting. It's not like I've made any really huge distance. So I still appreciate the little progress I've made, but I still want more, and that's why I'm not gonna stop. So that'll be all for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Please, I'm trading with Fundedness. You can see this is their dashboard, and if you want to trade with them, look at check the link in this video description. You're going to see the link to their site. All right, use that link and get yourself an account. They're actually one of the best prop firms. If you ask me to recommend prop firms with no hidden rule for you, I'll recommend Fundedness and FCMO. You should check out their two. And those are the two prop firms I'll be using for this journey till I'm maxed out. I think the next prop firm that I'm looking at is FTMO. I want to max out. I think their max funding is 400k. Also want to get there. All right. So if you want to get an account, I already said there's a link in the video description to get yourself an account. And again, I appreciate you all supporting. Funny thing, we started this channel with no, I don't even know what to say. From 0, and now we're over 400 subscribers, 400 of you, and in that 400 I have over 500 returning viewers, like 500 people always coming back to watch me every time I upload a new video. I'm grateful for this, and I appreciate you all for this support, and I'll keep uploading videos. I'll keep doing this stuff. All right. And if you're watching for the first time, let's say you're seeing this video for the first time, my name is Prince Ray, and I'm a forex trader. You check my bio. I'm documenting my journey here on YouTube, showing you the reality of trading, the unfiltered part, showing my wins and losses and all of that. All right, this is what I do. So I would really appreciate if you would smash the subscribe button, so you'll be able to get my videos when they drop. All right, so that way you can actually follow up with the process and all of that. Time is running. I don't want this to pass 18 minutes, but it's already up to that. So I guess that's all for this video. I really appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next episode. All right.